Hello and welcome back. Let's see here. The Shaheed defeated. Alright. Albara defeated. Good. Madison defeated. Good. Marburg defeated. Excellent. And Nasri defeated. That's our kill count so far. Welcome back to Let's Play Alpha Protocol. Today we're going to be running through the conversation missions, starting with Taipei.
This is it? After Rome, I was expecting something a little more upscale.
Just check the shower, genius.
Shower? Oh, this is one of those secret agent hidden entrance things, isn't it?
Well, it was until you started talking about it.
Are you sure about this?
Positive. Trust me.
Okay.
See? What did I tell you?
I love you. Marry me?
Whoa there, cowboy. Don't get too excited by the hardware. Now that you've made it to Taipei, what are your plans?
I sort of figured I'd improvise and put an ear to the ground and see what I can find out.
Don't you think you need a little more focus than that?
I've got 3 leads to start with. This Stephen Heck guy seems like he knows what's going on in Taipei. He might be able to answer some questions.
Be careful, Mike. I've checked my databanks, and I can't find any evidence that Stephen Heck has ever worked for the CIA.
I'll be on my guard. There's also that anomalous data trail from Shaheed's system. Any luck tracing it down?
I managed to follow it back to a place in the warehouse district. I'm forwarding the address to you now. What's the final lead?
Simple. Follow the money. Shaheed was funneling large amounts of money to a front corporation for the White Oak Mountain Triad. I think I can persuade them to tell me why.
Sounds like you've got everything figured out.
Isn't that why you love me?
You watch yourself out there, Mr. Thornton.
Always.
Now, before we do any of that, we've got to check our email. And all we've got is the couple $1,000 from Scarlet, since the vote turned out fairly close, but going in her favor. And now we get a new item to show off.
Sorry, Marburg. Mess with an Alpha Protocol agent, you get burned.
Yeah, that's a pretty weak statement for what it takes to actually kill Marburg. I'm kind of disappointed. But we're done with Rome, and that means new appearance. Except I insist on keeping the hat, and you guys insist on keeping the beard. So it's pretty much just sunglasses. We're gonna have the razors for now, so we can look like a really douchey veteran lumberjack. But you guys can vote in the thread if you want something else. In the meantime, let's forget to buy intel. Not that it matters that much, it's just dossier information, but we want it before we go talk to him. Stephen Heck.
Hello? In the back. With you in a sec, buddy. Not too uncomfortable, I hope. Now this is dry cleaning solution. Active ingredient is perchloroethylene. Gets stains out like a champ. Like a champ went, believe you me.
Gonna be hard getting that stuff down his throat. Want me to get a funnel?
A funnel? Yeah! That's a killer idea! So you remember where they are now, do you? Candy dish. Ah, that does it, Wen. You know I don't like sweet... Oh, the candy dish! That's right! That's where I left my keys. Should have said something earlier, Wen. You see what I almost made you drink? Good old Wen. Always getting into antics. Anywho, what can I do you for?
I like your style. Do any of the people you've interrogated know anything about an attempt on Sung's life?
You came to the right place, and you're lucky you did. See, people come in and out of Taipei all the time without asking for clearance, so then I have to erase them so they don't expose me.
Expose what exactly? Your overuse of quotation marks?
My secret identity and everything I know, that's what. Listen, did you know that in the 1960s, the CIA surgically jammed a mic and antenna into a cat for an op codenamed Acoustic Kitty?
No, I've never heard that. Have you heard of anything relevant to my previous question?
Oh, it's relevant. Just between you and me. And when? You're with the agency, am I right?
I'm with an agency, but U.S. tax dollars don't keep the lights on.
Really? SIS, Office of Secret Intelligence, Majestic 12, TVC 15. Oh, wait, EPA.
Something like that.
Yeah, I work for a division of the CIA that doesn't officially exist. Super secret. They just kind of turned me loose and let me go nuts.
Uh-huh. So, can you help me or not?
Depends. How do I know you are who you say you are? I have to ask because, funny story, one time a salesman came in and I thought he was buying secrets about the German Chancellor's security detail.
You remember a few years ago when Castro got ill all of a sudden?
You did that?
Well, let's just say I was in Cuba at the time, on vacation.
That was you? Shit, I heard about that. Bravo. So, Ronald Sung, huh? Hey, did you ever notice his name's an anagram for lard on guns? Ironic, isn't it?
Hey, yeah. And considering that item posted a few years back in the Worldly Weekly about that pig fat being used as an experimental bullet toxin, not a coincidence.
You might be onto something there, Mike. I'll look into that for sure. Ronnie Sung. What do you want to know, Mike? Personal demons, pant size, political capital, sexual proclivities?
Actually, all of the above. But right now, I'm most interested in who might want Sung dead.
Political assassinations. Yeah, those are fun. One time I took out an entire soccer stadium just to kill the premier of Namibia. Hey, did you know at 400 miles an hour, soccer balls can decapitate people?
I didn't. But Sung?
Sure. I can tell you this, Mike. There's a big conference coming up at the Grand Hotel. Sung's gonna be there, along with a few dozen EU bigwigs and the like.
I didn't bring my conference pass, and I don't feel like waiting in line, unless it was worth my while.
Taiwanese National Security Bureau is providing the security. You think those cats don't just have oodles of stuff on everybody who might want their boss dead?
Wouldn't be too hard to slip in and borrow some of that information.
Knew that would appeal to you, Mike. Hey, give me a call when you head that way. I'd like to be in on this.
You got it.
I wonder if after all this abuse, Wen gets Stockholm Syndrome for Steven. You know, maybe he's convinced himself that he's into bondage. Anyway, we're gonna jump right into Hong Shi. Have fun.
I'm here to see the Red Lion. I'm a friend of the Sheik. You must be Hong Shi, boss of the White Oak Mountain Triad. Oh, sorry, legitimate businessman. You're connected to Ali Shaheed.
Interpol has been leveling that same accusation for 15 years. If they haven't been able to prove it, why should I believe you can, Mr.
Thornton. Mike Thornton. You might have heard of me. That thing in Rome? That was me. I've been around the block a few times.
So have my prostitutes, but I never bothered to learn their names.
You never learned your own mother's name? That's harsh.
What is it you want from me, Mr. Thornton? I have no interest in bantering with an American cowboy. It upsets my digestion. Please, get to the point.
I know Shaheed was funneling money to you, and I know someone is planning to assassinate Ronald Sung. I need to know what those two things have in common.
And I need to find a woman who will love me for the real me.
Listen, I'm on a deadline here, so cut the crap and tell me what I need to know.
Mr. Thornton, A man in my position does not get to be a man in my position without knowing the value of a good trade.
I can understand that. I suppose the question is what you need.
Some of my lieutenants seem to think they would do better without my loving guidance and gentle hand. They have set up shop in a disreputable part of town. Now, if you were to discourage them, I will tell you what I know.
I just walked in off the street. You think I'm the sort of guy to handle a gang of bloodthirsty triad killers because...
Oh, I don't. But on the off chance you do succeed, you would have saved me a large amount of money, which I consider a good trade.
Well, when you put it that way, it's hard to argue. All right, Mr. Hong.
I knew you would see the wisdom of this deal, Mr. Thornton. Contact me again when my wayward children have been dealt with, huh? Oh, and Mr. Thornton.
Yeah?
Don't call me Mr. Hong.
Man, even aggressive might get some douche snark in there. Anyway, we're finished with Taipei for now. Let's we check our email. We've got, wow, that's quite a lot of new email, actually. 2 new store access emails. We got this email from Mina again. We can reply and get intel on either Westridge, Parker, or Darcy. So that option is available to you guys again. Offhand, I don't remember which we went with in Recruit Run. And then we've got more background emails on the 2 missions that we just accepted. They haven't really changed. So there you go. What we did get is quite a lot of pistol upgrades. Still can't buy special ammo though. Got a couple new SMGs that I'll never use, even though they're 3 stars. Earlier we got some new shotguns to play with. Probably buy one of those at some point. We got some advanced utility armor to go with the advanced stealth armor. I'm trying to hold out for the combat armor though. We also got a number of armor upgrades that we can buy now. But before we do anything with toys and gadgets, we've got one more person to drop in on, and he's over in Moscow. I don't think he's going to be too happy to see us, though.
Welcome to Moscow, Mike. How do you like your new apartment?
Nice digs. I see where all that Black Ops funding really goes now.
Invoking Alpha Protocol does have its upside.
Jealous?
Of you freezing your butt off in Moscow? Not so much.
Well, as long as you're not taking a vacation on a beach in the Southern Hemisphere.
I'm afraid that's classified, Agent Thornton. All right, down to business then. Do you have a plan of attack for Moscow?
I've got a few leads from Saudi to follow up on. We'll see where those take me.
Sounds like a solid plan. What will you follow up on first?
Not sure yet. The missile launchers were moved through Leningradsky Station. There might be intel there. I've also got a CIA informant codenamed Grigori and a mob underboss called Lazo.
Finding those missiles is important, although more information would be helpful. But from his file, Grigori looks like the type who would sell information about you to interested parties. Lazo might be able to provide some leads too.
Plus, they might be able to tell me what bars and strip joints I should hit while I'm here.
If you're trying to make me jealous...
I'm an international super spy. I have obligations.
Just call when you have anything new, hotshot.
So here we are in beautiful Moscow with a baby blue beret on. Not too wild about that, but I made a commitment to this beret. I'm going to see it through to the end. And before we go meet Grigori, I'm going to spend way too much money, over 10 grand, on a piece of his dossier. Wow, that was such a waste. Oh well, I'll just have to take it out in blood.
Ah, Michael Thornton, welcome to Moscow. You are quite the traveler. Rome, now fresh from Taipei, yes? I feel honored. Your first time in Moscow, and I am your first stop. What brings Michael Thornton, world traveler, to this humble bar?
Since you've just proved you're well informed about global events, maybe you should start talking about local ones.
Moscow is a big place, Mr. Thornton.
I want to know about Halbeck.
Maybe you should go to their website.
I ask you a question, I expect an answer. Now, are you Grigori?
Yes.
Halbeck is smuggling weapons into Moscow. Who's their contact here?
I do not know.
Look at that. You spilled your vodka.
I told you, I do not know.
Then tell me something useful. Keep playing stupid. You're done.
You want Surkov, Sergei Surkov. Halbeck, it is a business like his. He may know how to help you.
Mina, that name mean anything to you?
I think we can work with that. Don't make more of a scene, okay? Everyone in that bar is probably armed.
If you'd give me a name when I first showed up, Grigori, you could have saved yourself a lot of trouble. Enjoy your drink, and you better hope I don't come back.
You know, I've got to admit, it kind of takes away from Mike's whole murdering badass persona when he makes a Star Trek joke. Anyway, that doesn't stop us from getting access to Grigori's stuff. And surprise, surprise, we'll open our email and find that he squealed on us. Normally about now I'd be talking about how we have mission options and what should we do and post about it in the thread, but no. I know exactly what mission I'm going to do, and I think you're going to enjoy it. I know I will.